हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज किरण। आज हम फिर से एक मॉक इंटरव्यू लेके आए हैं और ये मॉक इंटरव्यू थोड़ा सा अलग रहेगा। आज तक आपने इस टाइप का मॉक इंटरव्यू मेरे तरफ से मेरे चैनल पे नहीं देखा होगा, जिसमें 4 लोग हम हैं, 2 कैंडिडेट्स है, 2 फैकल्टीज है। Also one of the faculty, and I have senior trainer with me, that is Ram sir. Kalyani, I have Kartik, I have those both candidates came to me today and they shown interest to give mock interview, and I have accepted the request. And this is all we are here to question and answer. We'll be asking you questions about the advanced Java, core Java, MySQL, JavaScript, everything. So this is a complete full stack interview. I think you guys have given mock interviews also before, right, sir? So sir will be also be asking question today, and whatever question is been asked, the purpose of this mock interview is not to evaluate you guys. Two things will be coming out of it. One thing will build your confidence. Yes. Even if you uh, get stuck while talking, because facing a camera is not so simple. Yes. Laughing to others is simple. Only 2 things are there in the life. Okay. Yes. So even you get stuck, don't worry, but you will build a confidence. Yes. People will see you. Yes. People will have some perception about you, but after seeing this interview, they will change perception about you. Yes. Okay, so that is what you are going to achieve. That is one thing. Second thing, those who are viewing this interview can pause the questions. Your work is not to judge them. Your work is to judge yourself. You'll be focusing on yourself. You'll be trying to answer same thing what they are answering or how I am answering. So let's see how it proceeds. Welcome guys, welcome sir. Okay, yeah. So to start with, आपका resume Kartik आपका भी है, right? Okay, so we'll go through all technologies which you have written, and we'll keep asking questions also. Okay. Yes. So let me open up this mock interview. So Kalyani, first question is for you. Yes. Like very basic question. What is the difference between core Java and advanced Java? It's very advanced Java, you know, right? Servlets, JSP, Spring Boot, everything comes into it. And core Java also, you know. So if I ask you, how you will differentiate between these 2 technologies?
So basically, in core Java, we need to write lots of code, but in advanced Java, using some tools like Spring Boot and Hibernate, it makes the development faster for us. Like in Hibernate, we use it do the automatic table creation for us, and for using Spring Boot, it do the auto configuration. That is not possible in core Java. So that is the difference.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you can proceed, sir.
Yes.
Ask questions on core Java.
Kalyani, my question is for you. You know about JDBC?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the role of JDBC in Java application?
So JDBC is an API. So it has some classes and interface, and we use JDBC to connect with the database. So that purpose we use JDBC.
So I have one next question for you. Like in JDBC, what are the interfaces you are aware of?
Session factory session
in JDBC.
In JDBC. In JDBC.
Let me give you a hint. Like statement.
Statement, prepare statement. We can use the statement interface. In the statement interface, a query will be executed anytime, and we can use the prepare statement interface. The prepare statement interface query will be executed once time, compiled only once time, and execute many times we can execute. That's why we mostly use a prepare statement interface.
Okay. And should we go for prepare statement, and when should we go for statements?
So we generally use statement when we want to write the only query. We can write it, and if we use the prepare statement, then we can write the we can write the query by user can write its own query by taking the input from the user.
Okay.
And statement only compile each time and also execute each time. But if we use the prepare statement, then it will compile only one time but execute many times.
Perfect.
So that is a benefit of it.
Okay. Can you say like whenever we want to execute a DDL command, then we can use statement, and whenever we want to execute a DAL command, then we can go for prepared statement.
Prepared statement.
Yes, is it correct?
Yes.
So you want to say that insert query you cannot fire through a statement?
No, it is possible to fire it using statement, but suppose we want to take the input from the user, then we go for prepare statement.
Okay.
How can we create the object of prepared statements?
Prepare statement equal to
Yes, you.
Prepare statement, then its reference prepare statement equal to connection dot driver manager dot get connection
Get.
method is there, which will give the
three
reference of
parameters:
prepare
URL,
statement.
password, and username.
Okay, great. So let me ask something again. What is static in Java?
So static is a keyword in Java. So it single copy storage means it goes into memory only once and always take the latest value. And we can use the static with the global variable, method, and block also. And if we use the static, then no need to use object. It is possible to call it using object also, but why we create an object? It unnecessarily allocate the memory. Then we use static for calling anything like method using class name, so it save our memory. Also, it is possible to call from the non-static to static, because we know that static goes into memory first, and it doesn't know other will create object or not. But it is not possible to.
Okay, I understood. To you, this question, like, what is final in Java?
Final is a keyword in Java which is applicable in variable, class name, class, and method also. When it is declared variable as a final, and when it is initialized, we cannot change its value, make it a constant in final. And we cannot override the final method. We can overload the final method. And final class, we cannot create the object of final class. We cannot inherit.
We cannot create object of final class, you are saying?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. We can create the object of final class. Yes.
Okay. Is it correct? Final class का object बनता है कि नहीं बनता?
We cannot
Yes.
inherit the final class.
Yes, it is possible.
Yeah. So
We
object.
cannot extend the final.
Final
If I
class.
declare any class as a final,
It
we
cannot
extend.
extend.
Okay. As per your resume, you know about content technologies, also, right? Like CSS, HTML, JavaScript.
Basic one.
What is the use case of CSS?
So CSS stands for cascading style sheet. It is used for formatting purpose and giving style to the HTML pages.
Okay.
For that purpose.
How can I apply CSS on a HTML?
It has some tag, and also if we want to apply the CSS to the HTML, then we can directly means using there is a style sheet, means using link we put it into the HTML file. And
that is
also
nothing but external tag.
yes, and using inside a style tag also we can specify the different tags, and we can apply it in that particular code of HTML.
Okay.
CSS is used to make a page attractive. There are three types of CSS: inline CSS, external CSS, and internal CSS. Internal CSS means we can use the style tag, and we can write all the attributes of the CSS, like color, background image. And external CSS, we can create a external file .css file, and we can use this file in our project.
Okay. Out of them, which one is preferable?
External CSS.
Okay.
Because we write it one time, and we can use it multiple times in all the codes of
All
HTML.
pages, for all pages.
Great. Yeah. So, what is the difference between for you JSP and Servlet?
In JSP, we can Java server pages, and servlet means all the, in JSP Spring Boot creates the object of all classes, and in servlet controller classes object will be created, and servlet there are three methods service method, destroy method, and init method.
These are the important methods of
There are
If I ask you same question,
JSP is a tag, servlet is a class, and in means in the
okay, so let me give answer for this. This is a basic question that many freshers stuck into this. We need to have a concept for that. Like we can say like JSP can be used for front end, whereas Solid can be used for back end.
Back-end.
It's very simple point. Okay, so always say such simple points. In JSP you can write HTML code. Okay, in Solid you cannot write. Even if you write, it will be difficult. So it looks like matured also.
yes.
Okay, in JSP you can have directives, actions, right?
Yes.
Whereas that's not there in the Solid. In Solid you can have you need to extend HTTP Solid, and you have some inbuilt methods which can be overridden over there, like service, init, destroy kind of. In JSP you don't need to write those. So like that, this answer should be very mature. Just to give an answer to you
Yes.
all. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what Solid in JSP basically.
Okay, let's take one more question about JSP. Can we write a Java code inside JSP?
no sir, I don't have any.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, so let me answer for this also, because giving answers are also important. Just asking question, it is not here. We are not here to test you guys, but here we are discussing all these things for our viewers, for our audiences. They'll get to know like how communication is there. You are coming in front of this. You are coming here on the YouTube and facing the camera, so it's not so simple to face it. Many people do shivering and all that stuff, but you have that confidence at least. So I want to show many people this thing, like it's possible, and you yourself has accepted that you want to give interview, so that's not a problem. I mean to say, be confident while giving answers, basically. Okay. So as sir asked whether we can write Java code inside the JSP. So first of all, remember JSP is also Java. So you can write
Java server
anything.
basis.
Yeah. So anything you can write in JSP related to Java. Okay. That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So next question coming to Spring Boot again, because this interview will take like from Java to everything full stack. Okay. So what are the annotations you know in Spring Boot?
In Spring Boot Web, Spring Boot application, REST controller annotation.
Okay.
Okay. Any other annotation?
Request mapping, get mapping, put mapping.
Just list down some mapping related annotations.
Yes, in mapping, the @request mapping annotation is there. Then @put mapping annotation for doing updation. Then @get mapping for getting the data. Then @post mapping for posting or saving the data. Then @delete mapping for deleting the data. That are the annotations related to mapping.
When to use get and when to use post?
When we want to show the data from the database to the front end, we use the get mapping annotation. And if we want to post through the request body to into the database, then we use post mapping annotation.
Okay, so you use Postman tool.
Yes, postman tool.
Just imagine there is no Postman.
Yes.
Then how you manage your work? If there is no Postman and you are working on Spring Boot,
Yes.
is it possible or not?
Yes, it is possible.
How?
We can create first button like save, update, delete, and view. And in form action of that, we give the URL of whatever the annotation. Inside the annotation, whatever the URL we specify, we give it in the form action. So that from there, if we click the save button, then that method.
So you want to say you need to create a UI for that.
Yes.
Instead of Postman, you use UI.
UI.
Okay. Okay. Do you know any other tool compared to Postman? Means alternatives for Postman. No. Okay, so it is always preferable for everyone to explore whatever tools you are using. Let's say you are using Eclipse. For interviewer may ask you like, do you know any other tool other than Eclipse?
Yes.
So you should be able to answer. Do you know any other tool other than Postman? So you should be able to answer.
Yes.
Okay, because there are always competition.
Yes.
Even for interview, if you are not giving proper answers, another person will give. Another not, then another person will give.
Yes.
So it's always there.
That means whenever you study, always find out some alternatives.
Yes.
Yeah. If no pen, then pencil is there.
Yes.
It's always there.
Yes.
People will ask you. If Java is not working, .NET will be there.
Yes.
PHP will be there.
Yes.
It's always there. Okay, what's the difference between Spring and Spring Boot?
So
Go ahead.
Spring Boot having the embedded Tomcat server, and Spring does not having embedded Tomcat server. Boilerplate code is present in Spring Boot, and boilerplate code not present in Spring. And in Spring Boot, dependency will be at it is auto config, and Spring Boot is not auto config, and yes, that.
Okay, same question.
So Spring is a framework and Spring Boot is a project based on the Spring framework. So in Spring there is a dependency injection is a primary feature, and in Spring Boot the auto configuration is a primary feature. And in Spring we need to manage or configure the Tomcat server, but in Spring Boot we get it in form of embedded format in using web dependency. And also in Spring we need to manage the dependency manually. This developer need to manage it, but Spring Boot do it for developer. And we generally use Spring for develop the enterprise level application, but using Spring Boot we can develop the web services using REST API and Spring based MSA application using controller and annotations.
Okay. You know any starter dependencies?
Yes, Spring Boot test starter, and other is Spring Boot web.
Web starter.
Web starter, test, dev
Spring
tools.
data
Yes.
JPA.
Yes.
Spring Boot
These
dev
are,
tools.
these are all comes from in starter dependencies.
Yes.
One more thing I want to just add here. You was talking about the boilerplate code. Okay, so try to understand these big words are there, like boilerplate code and all. So just try to find meaning in dictionary. What is this word is all about?
Yes.
Boilerplate word is no related to Spring Boot first of all. It's English term. Now what does boilerplate code means? Let's say you're writing 10 lines. Okay, these 10 lines are not needed in the Spring Boot, but Spring Boot will be automatically generating those. That means in Spring Boot, boilerplate code will be managed automatically, like that you can say. Or you can have a statement like in Spring Boot, you don't need to write a boilerplate code.
Instead
Understood
of
now?
boilerplate, we can say it's a common code.
It's a common code, common
division.
code.
Yes.
Fixed code,
Yes.
kind of. Means don't depend or don't do debate with the English.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's not necessary that as it is words you'll be taking for the notes and you'll be telling here.
Yes.
It should be very simple.
Yes.
Okay, the word, it's very fancy word like boilerplate code.
Yes.
Many times I see freshers are getting confused with it.
Yes.
But meaning is simple fixed code
Yes.
or some extra code. That's it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's come to the Hibernate. You know about Hibernate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you differentiate JDBC with Hibernate?
Yes, sir. So basically, JDBC is an API and Hibernate is a framework, and we can say Hibernate is a wrapper of JDBC. Also, JDBC work with the row and column, and Hibernate work with the classes and variables. So JDBC is database dependent, and Hibernate is a database independent. Also, in JDBC, we need to write a lot of code. So the development is slower, but in Hibernate development is faster because it has some inbuilt method like save, update, delete, using which developer can easily write the code and we get the output easily. So that is the difference.
Yes, perfect. So can we configure Hibernate in Spring Boot application?
If we
How to integrate
How to
Hibernate?
integrate?
Did you write Hibernate code in Spring Boot?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So which file you need to touch?
CFG file.
Yes, Hibernate.
Hibernate
Hibernate
CFG
configuration file.
Yes.
And
CFG.xml.
if we don't use the annotation, then we can use Hibernate mapping file, and we can make the connection with
perfect.
Hibernate.
That means there is a two-way by using annotations and by
Without
using
annotations.
In Spring Boot, there is a application.properties file. Okay,
Yes.
so there also you put configuration for
Yes.
Hibernate, and then it can be.
Yes.
Again, list down some features of Hibernate.
Hibernate do the automatic table creation. Also, Hibernate has some methods so using which we can make the development faster. Also, Hibernate not depend on any database.
That means Hibernate is data independent.
Database independent.
Database
How can Hibernate make itself as a database independent?
Because it has a ORM tool, object relational mapping, which do the automatic query generation for based on the whatever the dialect class we specify.
Yes, because of dialect, Hibernate make itself as a database independent.
Independent.
Okay, perfect. Okay, is there any basic methods of Hibernate which is useful for
You can
production?
go ahead.
Save, update, delete, load method.
Yes, perfect. Okay. How can we create session object?
Session object. The session interface, session reference, session and equal to session factory dot open session.
Okay, that means inside session factory there is one method open session.
Open session.
It will return session object.
Session object, yes.
Difference between get and load of Hibernate methods.
Get method retrieve the all data, and load method retrieve only one row or one only particular row.
Can you complete this?
Yes, get method give the null value if it record not found,
Yes,
and
yes.
if load method is used, then it will give exceptions. Also, using get method means if you use the get method, then it will hit the database again and again. But if you use the load method, then it not hit the database again and again.
Okay.
Perfect.
Which exception load method gives if object is not found?
Object not found
Object
exception.
not found.
Object not
exception.
found.
Great.
Okay. Good. You know about restrictions?
Restriction class in a Hibernate, yes sir.
Why we use
Criteria
restrictions?
API in restrictions class, there are some methods are present. GT method, EQ method.
Okay. Can you explain any one of the method with the basic scenario? Take one example.
One example, we are having a employee table, and we can retrieve the data above 50,000 salaries. Then we use the restrictions class, and we use the greater GT method, and we can pass the 50,000 in that method, and then we retrieve the all data, all records.
Okay. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yeah. So going through your resume, I can see projects also written there, like online exam system.
Yes, sir.
What's the use of JavaScript?
So for doing the coding on pages, then we use the JavaScript.
JavaScript, we use the JavaScript by making the function to provide the functionality of the particular page.
Okay. So remember again, JavaScript is one of the technologies.
Yes.
It's a front-end technology. Give answers in this way. It's a technology which is used in front-end, used for front-end validations or to manipulate data in the front-end. It's not secure. We need to prefer a back-end validations. Okay,
Yes.
understood?
Yes, yes.
So give answers first. Think while preparing. Also, you need to think first. What, let's say this is good for our audiences. If they are reading JavaScript topic, first think like why it is used for. Whether I should be really using it or not. Is there any alternative of JavaScript or not?
Yes.
Where it will be there in the project. Let's say this is front end, this is back end, this is database. Then where the JavaScript will become. So like that questions first you need to ask, okay, before preparing for interview. But nice, whatever answers you gave is also correct. I'm just guiding here for good purpose, for broader broader audiences. Okay, so it's not for you. This is mock interview. Again, I'm telling to all, this mock interview is not for you both, but it's for everyone. Okay, they will also learn out of it. Good, sir. You ask.
Always keep 3 questions for every questions like what, where, and how. Yes, it will become a large answer for every questions.
What is it? What, where, how?
How.
Always ask question like what is JavaScript? Where to use? How to use? These are the basic things. Spring Boot. What is Spring Boot? And where to use it if I create a project?
Yes.
How to use it?
Yes.
Okay, na?
Yes.
So these basic 3 questions will opens you up
Yes.
to go and drill down it. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
As per your resume, bank management system is your academic project, right?
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
Kartik.
Okay,
Yes.
that's correct. Yes. Can you explain little bit description of bank management system?
Yes, sir. Yes. I have developed this project in my academic. In this project, I am using Java programming, and in bank management system project, you having 2 panels. One is the admin panel, and another one is the control customer panel. In customer panel, by having some, we have developed some one form. In this form, basic details like name, surname, date of birth, and having some other information. And once our customer is registered successfully, then our request will be sent to the admin panel, and our admin panel only admin can be admin panel will be secure only admin credential provided by the bank person only. This request will be accept only bank person and verify all the details, and give the permanent account number. And in this account number, customer will be customer will be credit your amount and debit. And I'll say yes.
I think for fresher, this is sufficient introduction, right?
Yes.
Which technology you use?
Let me go through first one of the project from her also,
Yes.
so that I can guide them. Like, can you explain online exam system?
Yes, sir. In online exam system, in backend we use the Java, and in frontend we use the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and MySQL database for storing the data. So that online exam system is a project in which we develop the website from which the student give the exam. That exam is a MCQ based exam. So the module of that project are question management module, question controller module, and another one is a login module. So the user of that project are admin, and other is a student. So first of all, student have to make registration on our website. After making registration, they will see the login page. Then they have to make the login. After making login, they will see the subjects, and from that subject they need to specify or select one of the subject. After after selecting that subject, they have to see. They will see the questions related to that subject along with their image and the welcome message. So from each question have 4 options. So they have to choose one of the option from there, and if they want to update that answer, they will update it. And also they can navigate on next page and previous page using next previous button. Also, if the time given by admin will get over, or suppose if that student click on end exam button, then they directly goes to score page. On that score page, they will see the final score along with the whole details.
Okay.
Good. Okay. If interviewer asks you,
Yes.
what are the special feature of your project? How can you tackle this question?
Yes, sir. In my online exam system project, I added the time limit feature. Means whenever the time will get over, that automatically submit the test, and it will get the final score. Also, whatever the option user will select, that option color will get changed, and that option get auto selected. So that 2 features are special feature of my project.
Okay, perfect. Good. Which technology you used?
In backend we use Java and Spring Boot, and in frontend HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and database is a MySQL for storing the data.
Perfect. Yes, sir. Okay. One more question. You use GitHub?
Yes.
Yes, as per your resume, you mentioned here GitHub and GitHub.
Yes.
Yes. What is the use case of GitHub?
So GitHub is a we can say project where we can means developer can keep their projects and all the things, and other will access it to.
You use GitHub?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me tell some basic commands of Git.
Push pop command.
Okay. How can we create a repository?
There is a option if when we goes to the github.com, then there
Okay.
is a option on the right corner that new repository. Then we need to click on that, and we need to specify the name of that repository, and then we can there is an option create repository where we can click, then it will create the repository for us.
Okay. There is two options: public repository and private.
Private repository. Yes.
What happen if I created a private repository?
Then it will not get accessible to everyone. It only accessible to us.
Okay.
And
Specific person.
Okay. So I would just want to guide now. I was listening to Ram sir and you both, and we explained it very properly. You both. Sir also asked you questions and you guys tackled it. But what I see here, when I was listening to your story of your project, first of all, try to remember, interviewer is not at all interested in your story.
Yes.
Like there was a pages, 2 pages, then 4 buttons, and everybody get lost in between.
Yes.
So try to focus on the technologies
Yes.
or layers, then modules, then users. I created one of the interview also, one of the video on this, like how to explain your project. So it has some structured way of doing this.
Yes.
Where if you go for the story, sometimes you stuck with the first page, not with the last page,
Yes.
or you forget to tell the technologies.
Yes.
That should not be there.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, you follow the protocol which we are giving to you. Like what I would say, tell 2-3 lines about your project first.
Yes.
Maybe what was his project?
Online
Online
system.
Bank management.
Your bank management system. Okay, so bank management system we have developed in our academy. Then you can speak 2-3 lines about it. Like in this project, there was some users who can withdraw balance or deposit balance, dummy balance it was, but we made a feature so that people can deposit balance and it was getting counted and statement was getting generated. Understood? So these are some warm-up statements. Every audience can apply all these things for your projects. Then you should say like there were users like customer, admin, cashier, branch manager. This you should be saying. Then you should be saying that it has modules like inventory, then transaction, then maybe my profile. So these are the projects, and I have used technologies called Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate, and all that stuff. So in this case, interviewer get many things about you. And it's very straightforward. You don't remember like what to say, what to not say.
Yes, sir.
You should not by heart. You should not mug up the things.
Yes, sir.
That means always focus on technologies.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
technology you used, which parts you used.
Yes.
So according to this, interview will ask you next question.
Yes.
Even if I ask you like, let's say, where do you stay in Ahmednagar?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did your college from Chandamal Tarachand Bora College, Shirur,
Yes.
right? And in Narsimurji,
Wadia
Wadia.
College.
See, if I go for asking about your college,
Yes.
you cannot explain, na, there was guard. Till that it's okay. But guard had umbrella.
Yes.
Then guard was putting blue shirt.
Yes.
Then guard was sitting on chair. Nobody interested in all these things.
Yes.
What people are interested, there was a guard.
Yes.
And there were 4 buildings. Out of the one was admin.
Yes.
Principal was sitting in the admin building.
Yes.
Nobody wanted to say like in admin there was a door and then after door there were 3 rooms. Like a lengthy story, nobody wanted to listen.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not interested in your college. Likewise, interviewer might not interested in your project. What he want to know, what you did in Java, what was your roles and responsibility. I have created controller classes, I have created utility methods. That was expected.
Yes.
Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead with some questions, more questions. MySQL, you can ask me some database questions.
Can you differentiate what is the difference between DML and ECL? DML and DDL.
Yes, sir. So DDL stand for data definition language and DML stand for data manipulation language. In DDL, the means we do it specify the database and related things, and using DML we can create, update, delete, like manipulation we can do. And in DDL, the create, then drop, truncate methods come, and in DML, select, insert, delete like methods come.
Okay. DML is select is from DML, or is it is from DQL?
DQL.
DQL, no?
DQL.
Can you explain what is the difference between and or operator?
And operator or operator. Both conditions are satisfied. Then all the we can use the and operator, and or operator only only one of these condition will be satisfied. Then or operator will be used.
What is primary key?
Primary key is it is a key and it is a unique key. It unique.
Also the not null.
Okay, so primary key is unique and
Not
Not
null.
null.
Okay. And should we declare any column as a unique?
If we don't want, anyone can change it. So means anyone can write same. Suppose we consider the ID. We insert the record with one ID, and if we don't want to insert, anyone can insert that same one ID again.
Okay. That
Then
means
we can-
to avoid duplication.
Duplication, we
duplication.
make it primary.
Can you give any scenario where we can use a unique feature, unique column?
Unique column.
Yes. Example.
In a school management project, roll number of the
Perfect. Yes.
students.
in your project online exam, what was any unique column?
There was two column which are unique: the question number and the subject.
Perfect. Okay. So question number and
Subject.
subject. So these two columns were there.
Yeah.
Combination of these two was unique, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is called as composite.
Composite.
Yes, sir.
Composite.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Great. So we have asked you many questions just to evaluate. Now I would like to ask some questions related to your interview which you have faced. Okay. So what was first round? You both selected in the same company, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what was first round?
First round is the technical interview.
Face to face or
Face to face technical interview. In this interview, some basic core Java questions and having two codes, hard coded codes, pen paper
which
coding.
code they asked you?
First one is the prime number code, and another one is the string reverse code.
So you need to explain that code also.
Yes, we can.
They asked you explanation also.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Which code you asked? They asked to you.
They asked me to find the character count from the string.
Okay.
And one more is there. The
Means let's
whether-
say hello is there. So how many times L is there in this
Yes, sir.
hello, right? So this they asked you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How
Then
much time is required? How much time you
took to solve this.
complete this question?
Only 5 minutes, sir. Because I know using hashmap we can easily get it.
Okay.
Yes.
And another code.
Whether the string is palindrome or not.
How much time you took to solve that question?
Only 5 minutes.
On paper or on system they asked?
On paper, sir. And they also ask about explanation of them.
Oh, they asked some cross questions also?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything you remember?
Why you use the get method over there of
Okay.
hashmap.
You know any cross question they asked in your code?
No any cross questions.
No.
Also, sir, if I use the equal method, not an double equal operator. So I told them that we need to match the content of that. So not
Okay, so they asked you like why you use equals
equal
method,
method,
not
the
double equal.
double equal.
Great.
This is nothing but a cross questioning.
Yes, sir.
Next round.
Next round is with the team lead, and they also ask the question. And
But they also asked some code to write.
Code.
yes,
Which code they asked to you?
Just character occurrence and
Character occurs. Means
pattern.
how many times that character is there in the string?
Yes.
same
And-
question.
And
Patterns
like star pattern and all.
pattern, yes.
They told one question that you need to find the array which is even array, but you need to print. Suppose there are 2, 4, 6, 8. Then after that you need to print the 2, and after 2 you need to print the 6.
Okay, whatever. But you understood that
Alternate.
question
Yes.
and you solved that.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So how much time it took to solve that?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay. Okay. So these are the 2 rounds. And then any other third round?
HR round.
HR round.
HR round. Good, great.
Some
Yeah.
basic questions of HR.
Any basic questions of HR?
Are you ready for relocate?
Relocate.
And
Are you ready for relocate?
and do you
This is the common question.
also you ask means the salary is accepted or not
Yes.
for you? That is common question.
Any other question to you?
No, no.
Same questions. So it was pretty simple.
Yes.
Okay. Now you are not the alone person whom interviewed by that company, right?
Yes.
There might be again 50 people,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you are saying interview was easy. You know, why you think that 48 people got rejected? Why
Because,
maybe?
why-
Because you are saying it was easy, right?
Yes.
So they should have not get selected, rejected. Why company don't select everyone? Maybe. What do you think?
Because whatever they ask, I explain them in brief, in detail, so that they like that whatever I told them.
They appreciated
and
you.
Yes, and I learned that details from our institute because our sir took all the things or all the topics in detail, so I know that knowledge.
I think Shivaji sir
Yes, sir.
did for you advanced Java. For you also Shivaji sir.
Yes.
So
Great.
they took all the things in depth. So I was explain them over there in detail. So as compared to other student, they just explain what they know in basic, but they explain them in detail. So
You also think so?
Yes.
so that's why they select.
So did company people appreciated you?
Yes, sir.
What they said? Anything good words?
Yeah, good words or technically you are fit and coding knowledge and logical will be good.
To you?
Yes.
They said you are you whatever you write the code and all that is enough for fresher means to take, and you are very technically good, and you explain your project very well.
So now you guys are happy that you've been selected to some organization, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your resume I can see here. I don't want to show them because it has your private details also like mobile number and everything. But these are the single page resume. I can see. I think you downloaded those from LinkedIn or what? Any tool you use to prepare this resume?
Sir, I saw your video. You said that single page resume is.
Yeah, I
better.
created one video how to build a
Yes, that's,
resume and all.
First, I used the 2-page resume, but from the day I watched your video, then I created this.
Use
single page
LinkedIn and
resume.
everything?
Yes. Sir.
Yes. Yes.
You started using?
Yes.
I created video for that also.
Yes, sir.
Okay guys, Ram sir, you have any questions, please ask.
That is from my side, sir.
That's all. Okay guys, thank you and thank you for coming to our institute, getting admitted to our institute, and we are also very happy that such students we are getting. We are trying our best to make you guys feel comfortable
Yes, sir.
in every aspect wherever it is possible. We try to teach as much as possible,
Yes.
right from the scratch to very advanced level, right from our heart actually. We don't hide or it's very transparent, you might have seen.
Yes, sir.
So I hope you liked our services also.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
You really liked?
Yes. All the placement team.
How many mock interviews you gave before to getting job?
6 mock
6 mock interviews you gave and you?
5.
I think you also took some mock interview
Yes,
for
sir.
Kalyani, right? Your mock interviews was taken?
Sorali ma'am,
Sorali.
Shivaji sir, Pradeep sir.
Okay, great. Okay guys, so thank you very much.
Thank you.